What does an immigration lawyer do all day long for you as your immigration specialist? I'm going to walk you through the process of a typical file today so that you understand what it is that we do here at Ackah Business Immigration Law. So to begin with, when we get engaged by a client and they sign an engagement agreement with us, the fees are flat. We always know what the fees are going to be, and we know exactly what it is we're doing for them, or what we've agreed upon to do in terms of doing our best work. Once we get started, what we do is we do an initial call with our clients to connect them with the team members, whether it's the senior paralegals, the legal assistants, the billing team, so they know everybody that's involved with their file. When we get started, we use a lot of technology here at Ackah Law, so we send a questionnaire that's electronic. We send forms that are also electronic that allow clients to populate the forms so that when they do one questionnaire, it will populate the forms automatically. We also have a system we use that documents what images and pictures and downloads and things that are coming that we need from the client. So things like criminal record checks, they get uploaded, and every time something gets uploaded to our system that is highly confidential and secure, we will then indicate what else is left on the list for the clients. At the front end, it seems like quite a bit of work to get everything we need to do our best work, but we do this so that we know we have everything that we need and we're not going to go back and forth over and over and over, wasting your time. And so we want to make it as efficient as possible. When we receive as much of the documents as possible, usually with 60 to 70% of the documents, then we start drafting. And what that means for us is we start working on our checklist, what immigration requires. We draft the index of documents. We review the draft forms. We do our legal submission letter. If it's necessary, we do an employer support letter or an employer offer letter. We take care of paying the fees for you that go to immigration for the processing of your application. And then there's a lot of back and forth where we will send you a full draft to review, give us your feedback, your comments, and then it'll come back and we will make the changes, or we'll talk to you about why we did a specific thing the way we did it, so that you understand why it's drafted a certain way if we're trying to comply with the law. Once we get to that perfect final application, you're happy, our team is happy, and internally we all review applications probably 2 or 3 times among us to make sure we capture any mistakes, any typos, any things that have been missed that are not completed, so that we make sure we are doing our best work for you. At that final stage, we ask you to sign a certificate of approval and completion to make sure that we're all on the same page, that you approve this and that we're sending it in and that it's truthful. Because again, we don't know where you lived 10 years ago. Only you know that information. Then the application is submitted. Some of our applications are uploaded to a government portal, like it can be a work permit. We can do that to the portal. If it's a permanent residence, we can do that to the portal. And some applications have to go in by courier. They're not allowed to go in yet by portal, or there isn't an appropriate portal. So then we courier it to the government and they start processing. Once the government receives it, it sometimes will take them as much as a month or 3 months or even 4 months, depends on the type of application, to get us an acknowledgement of receipt that we know they've received it and they've assigned a file number to your file. Once they've done that, we can share that file number with you, and that's what we use to track the status of your file every week, every month, and we provide you with monthly updates to say the file is still in process, or anytime we hear from immigration, we will send you that immediate communication so you get to stay up to date on everything that immigration is doing with your file. And hopefully at the end of it, whether it's going to be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, if it's permanent residence, it could be as long as a year. Hopefully at that point, then we get an approval, and then we will communicate that approval to you. And if there are next steps to be done, like a certificate of permanent residence where you have to do some portal work at the final stage, confirm information, that you receive your certificate of permanent residence. If it's a work permit extension, we will receive it in our office by mail from immigration, and we will review it, make sure it's accurate, and then we'll courier it to you. I hope this is helpful. This tells you the kind of the life of a file at Ackah Law. It can be anywhere from 2 months to a year and a half, 2 years, depends on the process, the application we're doing for you, and current processing times. If you have any questions and want to learn more about what we do when we move through a file from A to Z, feel free to give us a call at Ackah Law. Thanks so much.